A quick note about something that has been paramount in my mind and heart over the last 23 months and, quite frankly, almost the last 12 years. Matt, do you think you know what that is?
I
Yeah.
have an idea.
Yeah. Does the yeah, I think Orangey has an idea. That's his name. The National MS Society is a collective of passionate individuals who want to do something about MS now, to move together towards a world free of multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is comprised of unpredictable and often disabling flare ups of the central nervous system. Such flare ups disrupt the flow of information within the brain and between the brain and the body. The National MS Society is the largest private funder of MS researchers in the world. They're investing more than $1 billion to date. MS stops people from moving, but the National MS Society exists to make sure that MS doesn't. To contact the National MS Society, please call 1 800 344 4867. Once again, 1 800 344 4867. Or go to their website at nationalmssociety.org. Thank you. Thank you to all of you who have donated money to this amazing organization or have even gone to the National MS Society to learn more about demyelination and multiple sclerosis. It touches me and over the 1 million people in this country who have multiple sclerosis in so many ways. And we appreciate it. And on that,
What Rich Vibe said. It's time to talk.
indeed. On this unusually warm November evening, I have come to one realization. In 15 days, I'm burning off the bird. In 16 days, I'm doing a leftover run. There's no running tonight. We're going to be talking, but in the back of your mind, you're going to say to yourself, is he out of his crazy mind? Yeah, he is. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about anything. We'll talk about everything with Matt Haas, Paul Burke, and all of you, because this is VF Talks.
I used to be kind of sane.
Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, and welcome to VF Talks. I'm John Venturini, and that is a cantankerous Triceratops who, funny story, ready for this? I stole his hat. Yeah, I ran with his hat on Sunday, and I'm holding on to it. Yeah, you heard me, I'm holding on to it. He could think about what he did, and maybe, just maybe, he'll get the hat back. Or maybe he won't. We don't know. That will be found out over the next few weeks. But right now, the hat's mine. The hat is mine. Anyhow, good evening. Let's see who is online, who is first to the door, who wins the door prize as we are on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. That goes to Michelle H. on YouTube, who says hello from Canada. She waves with the hearts around her face with the Canadian flag. Michelle, good evening to you. We also have Britta over on YouTube, who says good evening, Matt and JV. Good evening, Britta. Glad you're here tonight. And we have Jamie on YouTube, who says, hey all, watching from work. Jamie, glad you're here. Glad everybody's here. And then there's this, this awesome wood things. Apparently, Rich was saying, it's time to talk. And of course, it didn't pop up in the lines. And then there's this awesome fun things. I'm sensing a bit of multiple personality going on here, because when I think of the two of those, that means that's Mehas, ladies and gentlemen. Mehas.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey. What's going on, sir?
Rich was stealing my line. He says it's time to talk as a chat message. That's what you pay me to say.
That's right.
He's doing my job. We're gonna have to cut Rich into the royalty.
I pay you top dollar on that.
What's a 0 times 3?
That'd be 0.
Rich, expect a check in the mail.
Expect a check for, and we're gonna convert it for you because we're honorable people. Expect a check for £0 sterling.
Oh my goodness.
Exactly. All right. So, a wonderful Friday to you. How is your Friday? How's your week looking?
The week was pretty low because I didn't get much done. I have been recovering from I don't know what illness I had, but I'm finally feeling better, and I'm back at it. I was editing a video, and I stopped to jump on this live stream.
Muchly appreciated. Muchly appreciated for sure. We got Mark joining us on YouTube, who says hello all. Hey Mark, how's it going?
Hi Mark.
Oh, we got someone else joining the program. Let's see who this is. Oh, I know that person. I know that person a lot. Hang on one second. Get ready for this. You ready? Get ready.
We're ready.
Get ready.
Bring it.
That's Paul Burke, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. Hey guys.
Oh God.
I missed Paul.
God.
You're not budget Paul Burke. You're Paul Burke, and you're not Rich Vibes. I gotta change this. God.
Oh my gosh.
How many people jumped on and stuff?
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Great. Hope you're well.
I'm good. How's your new AC system?
Fully operational.
Nice, like the Death Star.
Yeah, it is. I was pulling wires. I was shutting off circuit breakers. I was labeling things and unscrewing, and it was just quite the cluster mess. But I followed the instructions, and I turned it on, and it worked.
Nice.
Oh! We got it, Mark, with the 2 coffees. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.
Enjoy
Appreciate
coffees
you.
now. Thank you, Mark, for supporting the venture forward.
Caffeination or
Mark.
extinction, as I say.
You're so kind, Mark.
So you got a working air conditioner, Matt.
Well, in fairness, I replaced the thermostat,
Okay.
but I had to tinker with the furnace itself. It wasn't just up at the panel. I had to go downstairs, and I had to install a special doodly-doo to make it work. And it was quite the nerve-wracking thing. Because, a furnace is expensive and complicated, and if I messed up, it wouldn't work. And you know what? I like having a furnace and air conditioner in my house. It's like a nice to have. So Anyway.
Because you
Matt,
know what?
I don't
You know,
I don't
you
want
know
to tell you how to
frustrating?
live your life. I have an idea. Matt, what if you tie your air conditioning, your thermostat, to IFTTT, and you allow people through donations to control the temperature to turn it sauna-like or just rock hard nipple-like? Those are the.
I think there's an ingredient on If This Then That just for that very thing.
Mm-hmm. Rock
Yeah.
hard nip level. Yep.
Yeah. For every $20 super chat,
That's
it
right.
drops 10 degrees.
Ooh.
And for $50, you take a picture of you on the toilet. So there you go. That works.
Well, that took a turn.
I
yeah,
know. You're welcome.
no one wants to see that.
Oh, stop it. There's a market, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
My OnlyFans account begs to differ.
For some of the viewers, that's an insight. Go, you can find picture. Oh, I can't believe how bad that sounds. Okay, let's just move on. All right. How you doing, Paul?
I'm great. I'm doing really good. So
How are your multiple kitties?
they're all great. They're all healthy. I'm feeding them too much tuna, which I was told not to do, and I have to do a little bit more research on why not. But I don't know if that's because of like, what's in tuna? Tuna has something. What is it?
Like
Iron.
iron?
Is it iron?
Iron.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it's iron.
Yeah. So my cats might be too have too much iron. I don't know. But everything's good.
Bench press
Oh my
200,
gosh.
can't they?
Okay. So guys, woke up this morning. I should have taken a picture of it. It's sad, but there's a good end to it. There is a perfect image. It's like a bird rolled himself in cocaine and then flew right into my window. You can see where the beak hit. You can see the body. You can see the wingspan. It's so good. I should go take a picture right now. And I was like, oh my God, there's a dead bird outside. But I walked all around the yard this morning. No limp or injured bird, no dead bird. So I guess it just kind of like smacked into it, and then was like, "That's the window," and then flew off. But it is so perfectly preserved. It looks like some sort of thing you might unearth as you're like digging, looking for dinosaur bones. It's hilarious.
Oh,
Michelle
So,
says,
that's
by the way, on the
crazy.
tuna question, that's Mercury, and she wants pics of this.
Okay, I will go. I can go take a. You want me to go take a picture right now?
Mm-hmm. And
All
Mark
right.
says that sounded like me in 2021.
Yeah, exactly. You would often do cocaine and then just run into a window.
Right into a window. Boom.
Ay, ay, ay.
All right, I'm gonna go take a picture. I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh man. Well, it's not full moon today. It's not new moon today. But yet things seem really strange. I know it's 11/11. 11. It's a big day. It's a manifesting day. I get that. But a lot of things seem really strange today.
Well, it's almost over.
Oh no, I'm enjoying this. I'll
okay.
take a whole series of it.
Strap on and enjoy the weirdness.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah! Buckle up, kids. It's gonna get good.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. The thing we're going to workshop. We're running a race together, and I'd like to live stream it.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
well, that might not be good for me.
Oh,
I'm
we're just gonna walk it. It's a walk. We'll walk.
it kind of sucks that my training is delayed by 11 days. And we only have how many days till we go? 15?
Yeah, tomorrow.
13? Something
Okay,
like that?
15 days.
Oh dear Lord.
15
I'm gonna be doing
days.
a lot of walking.
The
I'm gonna be Christopher Walken. Walking.
wow. The walk, the 5Ks in 15 days. The leftover run or the half marathons in 16.
Wow. That's the Fogo Day.
That's the Fogo Day. That's right.
Yeah.
National Fogo Day. Well, it's not National Fogo Day, but it's for Fogo Day. You put stars next to it and everything.
Oh, baby. Hey, I might be at Fogo here one of these days with my son, his girlfriend, and my wife.
Oh wow, very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. I'm like, ooh, that's an expensive dinner bill, people.
I
Let's not be getting $25 cocktails or anything like that while we're there.
Yeah, the especially when the drink wagon starts rolling around, it could get to be a very expensive proposition.
Right. But that's probably
Paul,
gonna
welcome
happen.
back to the program.
Hey, sorry, gentlemen.
No worries. No worries.
Mark has a question, and we could go there real quickly. Mark says, "How do you train before a big run? I'm doing 5Ks on the treadmill, but feels like nowhere near a 5K. I think my smartwatch doesn't sync with the machine properly."
I do not have an answer because I've only I haven't even started to train. I'm just going for the donuts and the free T-shirt and the medal.
Absolutely. Mark, the answer to that is for right now, since you're a new runner, and we've all been new runners here, um, it's about the amount of mileage you put into it, right? So let me get this on main here. I see pictures coming. Hang on. Hold on. This is going to be good.
Sorry, giving
Here
you a
we
lot
go.
to.
Oh!
Okay,
Oh, look at that.
here we go.
Wow.
So beak right here, the body
That
of the
is-
bird, the wing right over here,
Yeah.
and another wing. Like it is just straight on, direct into that. Yeah.
You can tell it had no clue what was coming.
No, I feel so
Like,
bad for
that's
it.
not
but
a defensive position. That is like full speed ahead.
searched
Dude,
everywhere, could not
that-
find that bird. So I think he's okay.
Oh, thank you for taking that. That's
Yes.
amazing. That's even better than I thought. Wow.
That is legendary.
I thought there'd be
It's-
like a smudge. This is a
Uh-huh.
clear
I mean, look at
picture.
like this is just straight up. Like you could just tell. Like that is the beak right there. That is so.
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Which makes me think like it almost happened like a cartoon. Like he must have hit with beak first, and then his whole face just kind of compressed
Well,
into it like an accordion, and then he popped off.
I don't
Michelle
mean to
says,
sound
"Whoa."
bad, but that's usually fatal when a beak crashes into a surface like that. You know, the brain is right behind that, and that kind of gets all, 86th. But yeah,
I was really worried. I was like, oh no, there's gonna be like an injured bird. What do I do? But no bird. Looked everywhere. It didn't like kind of like crawl away or anything. It literally, I think, just flew away. Also, here's the weird thing: no feathers or anything. So I mean, like if it had been like attacked or anything, there'd be feathers everywhere. There's nothing. So I think he was pretty okay.
maybe it wasn't that bad of an impact. Maybe it was just a slow, hover.
Yeah,
Got lucky.
maybe.
Wow, that's nuts. Thank you.
Maybe he had a death wish. Maybe this was a cry for help.
Yeah, man. he was trying to remind you to come on VF Talks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I get you over here. Let's go back to 3 here. Oh man, that is incredible.
Pretty entertaining.
Jamie's saying, "Hey, all the cool peeps are in the house. Mark, Rich, Michelle. Good
Hey,
to see you,
Jamie.
JV, Matt, and Paul. Good to see you, Jamie.
JB pays us well.
Yes, yes, top dollar.
Have you guys? So I gotta be honest. I've seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I love Christmas Vacation. For me, classic. Never saw the original National Lampoon Vacation.
What?
Available on Netflix. So a couple nights ago, I'm like, sure, I'll sit down and watch it. It must be funny. That movie is so bad. Like I was so stunned that I was so shocked. I was like, when did these other good comedies I know, did this precede all good comedies when people didn't know what comedy looked like? But
National
I looked
Lampoon's Vacation. That's what you just saw.
horrible, horrible.
But you
On
like the
so many
Christmas
levels,
one.
horrible.
National
Love the
Lampoon's
Christmas one.
Christmas. Yeah.
Love it. And maybe it makes me rethink. It made me question what I know. Like I'm like, I need to go back and watch Christmas Vacation again because if I
Yeah, it makes
am I
sense.
am I stupid?
And maybe European Vacation as well.
I've never seen I got to go watch European Vacation,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you, original Vacation made me question if I can
I'm
do it.
questioning my judgment in you as a friend. I love Vacation. That was a great movie.
Oh, do you? Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Paul. In fairness, I watched Airplane.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
first Airplane,
Yes.
and it was not as funny as I remembered it. Now, it was funny, but it wasn't as funny. There was a lot of slow parts in it.
Yeah, I could see that. Rich
Like
says European is funny. I agree. European Vacation is really funny.
okay. It is so wildly, maybe it's just the climate. Like if you watch it with the like there are so many parts of Vacation where I'm like, wait a second. Chevy Chase is brazenly about to have an affair.
Mm-hmm.
And like that is not the issue. The issue is how to lie to his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And there are like it is so bad. Like, oh, it's so bad. I was stunned.
The skinny dipping scene in the pool. This is not happening. Come on. That's
I mean, Christy Brinkley. Yeah. Yes. Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, and I'm like, no, people must have known what good comedy was back then. So I literally turned to Google and I said, when did Young Frankenstein come out? When did Spaceballs
that's
come
good.
out? When
That's a
did
good
Naked
benchmark.
Gun? When did Airplane? And Young Frankenstein came out in 74.
Yes.
Vacation came out in 83.
Yes.
How did we get so stupid in those 9 years to be like, this is brilliant. Let's make this film over here. Baffling to me. And
Also,
then Spaceballs.
but you gotta
Yeah.
think about this for a second. You gotta think about the time of year that Young Frankenstein was released versus
Okay.
the time of the year that Vacation was released. Vacation was released as a summer movie. A summer
Yes.
movie, the sort of, I guess the IQ scale on it drops a bit, as you could tell by Vacation. But that said, I enjoy watching Vacation. You guessed
Yeah.
it, right around the time, like in May, in April.
Yeah.
Like, all right, summer's here. The first movie I want to watch, Vacation.
Yeah. I'm coming on real dramatically strong with it, but I really
I love the hot
was-
take. This is great. This reminds me of when you used to do the old hot takes. This is good.
I was just so stunned because I was like, I hold Christmas Vacation in such high regard that I was like, this must be equivalent, if not better, because sequels usually tend to fall off, especially the third one.
On the most
And I
part.
was like, this is wild. This is almost like Godfather 3 in reverse. Like this was
Oh.
like,
It's
this is
not
like
that
Christmas-
bad.
oh boy, this is like Christmas Vacation. The third one was the original Godfather 1 and 2, and then the first one was like Godfather 3.
Nothing is as
Oh,
bad
boy.
as Godfather 3. Godfather 3 is an abomination.
Tell us how you really feel.
Oh, I'll tell you how I really feel. I don't even think about Godfather 3. That's how bad it is.
So that was my difficult part of the week.
The funny thing is, we've talked about European Vacation, Christmas Vacation, Vacation. What about Vegas Vacation?
I'm not a huge fan, but I've only watched it once.
You're going to
So
need
I
to at
feel
least
like
see
you-
it 9 more times, I'm thinking.
Okay. Yeah. I will say the original Vacation, they did have some funny bits. Like the funny bits, like, I'm making out. Everybody does that. Well, Daddy says I'm the best. That line,
Mhm.
killer. That was good. So
I gotta tell you, if anyone wins Viewer of the Evening thus far, it is Mark, because he just said Godfather 3 is on par with Beverly Hills Cop 3. And you are
Ooh.
spot on with that, Mark.
That's a good
Spot on.
comment. Thumbs up for that comment.
Smart man, Mark.
Smart. You get a lot of dings on that one. A lot of dings.
This time of year, I like to watch The Hebrew Hammer. Did you ever watch The Hebrew Hammer?
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Hilarious.
Michelle loves Elf. She loves A Christmas Story.
And Christmas Story's good. You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
That's right. And then Michelle also says there's a great Mr. Bean Christmas episode too.
Niantic River woodcrafting.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Rocky IV never happened. Good call, Chris. Yeah, I agree.
But you did get Living in America out of Rocky IV. That was a fun song. Crickets.
Yeah, no, that's true. You know, even out of terrible things, good things can come. I'm sure there's a more poetic way of saying that.
Hollywood, they want to cash in on this money train, and sometimes when they make the third movie, it just doesn't land.
Yeah. Oh, and then Rich also reminds us Drago, Rocky IV, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
So what's been going on with you gentlemen? What's going on? What's happening? What's new? What's different?
This weekend, I'm trying to rest and recover and make lots of content.
Cool.
I'm going to be publishing on at least 2 of my YouTube channels, if all goes well. Piano channel and my Awesome Fun Things channel with an edited video of my thermostat install. And then
so happy
I'm
that
going to
worked
learn
out
a
for
new
you,
song. I might do Living on a Prayer from Bon Jovi on the piano. We'll see.
That's awesome.
Lots to pick from. Lots of good 80s bands. I need piano song suggestions from 80s hair bands. Audience, what do you got?
Anything
80s
from
hair
Motley
band
Crue.
songs that would sound good on the
Do some
phone.
Motley Crue stuff. That'd be great.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. I had a couple Motley Crue songs in the boot camp playlist today. It was everybody
Nice.
was singing along and everything was great.
Classic.
Yeah. Oh man.
Mick Mars is retired. He's not going to do anymore. He's just done enough.
Was this the end of it? Did we see the last hurrah of him?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They're going to replace him. They have a replacement. They're still going to tour, but Mick won't be in the band anymore. From Motley
Michelle
Crue.
says "Flock of Seagulls."
Oh God, the hair up like this.
So you're gonna have to do it with the rotating camera. You're gonna have to sing, I ran so far away. That'd be really awesome.
I just Flock of Seagulls was mentioned in one of my favorite movies with Jules Winfield, and when they were in the apartment and they bust in right before the big speech, and the guy wants to get up off the couch and his hair is all slicked up. He says, "Take it easy, Flock of Seagulls." That's what he called the guy because he didn't know his name.
Good night, Chris. Glad you joined us.
Okay, cool. Yeah, drop a like on your way out, please. Thanks,
Mark
Chris.
says, "Sweet child of mine, Guns N' Roses."
Oh yeah, Guns N' Roses. Have you done any Guns N' Roses?
I have.
Oh, cool.
I forget which song I did. I'll look it up. I'm going to the archives.
These are also good things to add to your running playlist as well, as you're getting ready for the big 5K coming up.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
I got to do a playlist.
Uh-huh.
I got to figure out the whole. How do I carry my iPhone? I'm a hot mess.
So the advice I have for you is I use Spotify, and then I download the entire playlist onto my watch, and then I use the bone conducting headphones, and I use my watch to play my list.
What band am I looking for? Was it
Flock of Seagulls? No.
Guns N' Roses?
Guns N' Roses, yeah.
I did Knock It on Heaven's Door. Did I do one more?
Hey, Paul, you wouldn't be up
Sweet
for
Child of Mine.
Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah,
Yes,
I did that one.
yes.
Those
Paul,
are
you
the
wouldn't be
two.
up for burning off the bird, would you? Come with us. You want to run?
Burning off the bird?
Yes.
The 5K.
5K.
I'm good.
Okay.
But I admire everybody who does. I'm guessing is it the day after? Is it the day after Thanksgiving?
It's the 26th, so
Okay.
2 days after. It's a Saturday.
Nice. That's cool.
Rich is appalled. He's saying, "What, JV? No Mixcloud? Yeah, no Spotify, because the people at the gym that I work with, they use Spotify, so it's easier for me to just transmit the list over to them. But yeah, I use Mixcloud as well, but I use Spotify for my marathon lists and whatnot." Mark says, "I'll send anyone $500 who can film a whole marathon on their selfie camera."
That would require some impressive tech because you have to keep your gadget on for 6 hours or 5 hours or 4 hours. You'd have to have extra battery packs. You'd probably have to stream it because how would you you can't record all that to an SD card. That's an interesting.
Would he accept like a GoPro, like attached to a like a chest cam, like some sort of like?
But
like
what happens when you run out of
marathon?
What happens when you run out of storage? You can't fit 4 hours on a SD card. Not even the largest SD card they make. Plus, they overheat.
Really?
You know.
In a 1080p, a 4K might be too much. I would think a 1080p. Let me see. Let's go
battery, the battery would have to. You'd have to have the battery stay on.
That's true.
Rich says use GoPro. Jamie says no GoPro. Let us know.
Could you have two devices? So if one failed, or does it have to be one continuous device?
That's what I was thinking, because if we're doing the 5K together, we have yours and we have mine. I know. We turned this into a workshop. Everybody's workshopping today. All the good content creators are workshopping today, live on their streams.
This is exciting. You can record 120 minutes at 1080p for 30 frames a second.
So that's only half a marathon, if you're really fast. If you're the fastest of the fast.
So when you run, JV, do you wear a pouch? Because what I'm thinking is you could wear you have a spare battery just attached to the GoPro, charging the GoPro as it's recording. Boom, there you go.
It depends on the race, Paul. I don't mean to give you a difficult answer on that one. If I'm doing a 5K or a 10K, I don't wear my vest because I'm not looking to get hydration tabs or gels or whatnot. I just want to run, and I'm running. When we get to the half marathon sort of distance, then I need a vest because I'm going to keep gels in there. I'm going to keep hydration because I'm going to be running for more than 2 hours. So I need things to quickly pop in my, as I run, but also the hydration tables as well. Marilyn's joining us on YouTube, who says, "Hi everyone," with 3 waves and 3 purple hearts. And I give you 3 waves and 3 blue hearts right back at you, Marilyn. Good to see you this evening.
Hi, Marilyn.
Tried to say that really fast in one breath, and I almost paid the price for that, didn't I?
Bananas.
BANANAS. That's right. My chat over here is obviously 10 to 15 seconds late.
And for those wondering, John is not a hollaback girl.
For the right price. Just for the right price, I have no shame, right? And that cleared Paul from his. He just said, "That's it. I'm gone. I'm working right out of my studio. That's it. I'm done with this.
Cross the line.
Be around for this sort of content. No, thank you.
This is crass. I don't know what's gotten into you, JV. What the hell?"
Yeah, I'm nothing but class, so I will not have jokes like that.
Paul's very pro hollaback.
Pro hollaback. There's just a hoochie mama, and that's about right, Rich. That's hoochie mama. Yeah. Oh man. Where did I go from that? So yeah, there's that weekend. So we'll come up with an idea for the 5K, and we could figure out a way of maybe not live streaming it. That I think that's a bit too adventurous. I mean, I would have to find some sort of thing that will have a net connection, 5G whatnot, as we do to 5K.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. You'd probably have to like haul like 6 pounds of gear with you to make it all.
6 pounds of gear. That makes it a challenge in itself. I am also a bit nervous.
For what?
About
So in a little over 3 weeks, so the first full week in December, I'm actually giving a talk about the mind-body connection and my weight loss.
Oh,
And it's the
that's
first time
cool.
I've given. Thank you very much. It's the first time I've given a TED-like talk on this, a 12-minute talk on this, and I know what to say, and I have everything kind of like figured out in what context and how the story should be spoken, and beginning to end, problem, solution, etc. But I'm a bit nervous because this is the first time I've given it in this sort of setting. Now, I've talked to groups before, definitely those that are battling many things, and that was more freeform. It wasn't a speech. This is more of a speech content. So
That's really
Can you bring a
interesting.
little notepad with you? Bullet point your stuff down?
I could. I think I want to keep it to just themes, and then if I see a theme, I know what to do with that. Also, the slides, I'm trying to be very aware of the audience. So 40-point font. Basically,
Oh,
you're basically Guy Kawasaki sort of art of the enchantment, art of the presentation sort of.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's do's and don'ts for slides of presentations, and it's not what you think it is. The idea is to put as little stuff up there as possible so the
Pictures.
focus stays on you. Yeah.
Going back to the 5K question, Mark says, if I think a GoPro attached to your head so it's first person would be a good idea for part of the run so we could see it in first person. That's brilliant. I like that. I look at
I
Mark
tried the
Lewis.
GoPro on the brim of the hat with this thing.
Yeah.
It was too heavy. It was like a half of a brick hanging off of your forehead. It was uncomfortable.
There is a content creator in that of Mark Lewis. He runs a channel called Above Average. He does sometimes video of the park runs that he does and the races, including the ultra marathons that he runs. That he says, I'm never running another ultra marathon ever again. And then 6 months later, he's running an ultra marathon.
Mm.
That's besides the point. But he does a lot of mounted sort of stuff, and he takes his dog and the whole nine. But I'm almost interested in pinging him and seeing what kind of equipment he's using these days, because that might help us for the 26th.
I wonder if you just YouTube search how to run with a GoPro. I bet there's somebody there who's like, "This is what I do.
Well,
This will work for you."
Lots of duct tape right to your forehead. And there you go.
Mhm.
if you do the chest attachment, you see your hands
Yeah.
on the left and the right part of the frame as you're running, which can get not so good.
J-
And
Jamie says that's exciting. She also asks, where is the talk? The talk is being held on campus down in North Carolina, so down in Cary.
wow.
Will it be live streamed?
No, it will be
Will it be
live.
recorded?
So it will be live streamed to the employees of the company I work for. It will be
Mm.
recorded as well, and I'm asking for permission to take that recording and then put it either on my channel or put it somewhere to share it with others.
Mm. Cool.
That sounds exciting.
Mm.
I'm sure you're gonna kill it.
I'm excited. I'm at a point now where there are a lot of twists and turns to this story. Again, I have 12 minutes to tell it, or at least in a sort of, again, it's the obesity portion, the obesity mind body connection.
Hmm.
But like I'm looking to see what the reaction's going to be, especially when I start off with the picture of me at 480 and then coming out from the back and telling the story.
Probably gasps. Probably people fainting. Probably a lot of people just fanning themselves and being like, "Oh my!" and then just collapsing.
Oh, so it's like a Sunday service then.
Yeah, exactly. Just people drinking sweet. Some people just drinking sweet tea and passing out. Just be like,
I'm
oh
having
my
the
gosh.
vapors. I'm having the vapors.
Some people speaking in tongues because they see your picture.
So,
All
yeah,
sorts of stuff.
I'm excited to give that talk. I'm also excited to see the reaction. There's going to be a Q&A after that. There's 11 other speakers, so I'm one of 12. But I'm curious to see what the questions are going to be afterwards, and I'm excited, but I'm nervous as well.
Will you have to factor in Q&A into your 12 minutes, or is that
No, after.
Okay.
Mark says, I have a talk on the 19th at an AA convention, 500 plus there. I'll be plugging my channel for sure. Yeah, I need confirmation on whether or not I could plug Venture Forward. And I didn't get a concrete answer on that. I'll ask it again when I have my next mentoring session on Monday.
Better to beg forgiveness than be denied if you asked.
It's in a normal world. In a normal world. In this case, maybe not so much. Jamie's laughing. Yeah, I would beg forgiveness if things were a bit different. I'm not going to. I'd rather get it solidified, and it's like, okay, got the permission, good about doing it. Jamie asks, how did they go about asking you? They asked for abstracts, and I sent my abstract, and they said, yeah, we want you to talk. So I was one of 12, 10 from this country, and then I think 2 from I believe India, and they're actually bringing the 2 folks from India for this presentation as well. So it's exciting. We've got really compelling stories, all 12 of us.
Awesome. I'd be interested in seeing the video if you have it.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait to share
it. Nice.
Yeah, so as far as life goals are concerned, and I go back to the sort of I guess roadmap I set forth in front of myself at LIDA August 2020. Like, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that. The book is not complete yet. I'm close with the book, but I am speaking about the story, and I did do my Grand Slam. I got that done this year, and I'm slowly but surely I'm working to everything I said. Now, there are some of you that are loyal fans and loyal friends and loyal family. Family's the right word. That say, well, you didn't go skydiving yet, and you didn't go bungee jumping yet, and you know what? That'll happen next year. That will happen next year for sure. And Paul's going to
Where do you? I would, you know what? I would not skydive. I would go bungee jumping again. I feel safer doing that.
I feel safer skydiving.
Oh,
well, there we go.
Where are you skydiving? I'm sorry. Where are you bungee jumping off of? Are you like trying to find a bridge? Are you just going to do that like carnival sort of like bungee jump where it's like, hey, sir, buying a corn dog, why don't you go up 200 feet and jump off of this thing?
You look like a fine young chap. Why don't you go bungee? No, I'll say this, and I don't mean to kind of bring it back to you, Paul, but like, where was the last place you bungee jumped?
The last place I bungee jumped was the first place I bungee jumped at the California State Fair, trying to impress women. That's when you do it, when you're trying to impress a lady, because nothing's as impressive like jumping off of something. That's true. So, but honestly, in terms of years, I'm going to say 20, probably about 20.
20 years.
Yeah. It's been a while.
If I said, hey, I would really like to go bungee jumping, but I'd really like to go bungee jumping with you, and if I find a place on the West Coast, would you be up for
it? Yes. I will say this. The only reason I felt comfortable bungee jumping was because they had like a big inflatable thing underneath us. So if you were going to be like, hey, I found that bridge they used in Indiana Jones, and there's lots of alligators, let's go, I'd be like, no thanks.
No. Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah, if you find the place. Also, if you're going to use the bridge, which I don't want to brag, guys, but pretty close to where I live, they used a bridge in Fast and the Furious. And if we're going to use that bridge to bungee jump, no thanks. That bridge, far too high. But if you come by California, I can give you all a tour of the Fast and the Furious bridge. So stop on by.
I tell you what, I'm going to be on the West Coast anyway for Portland Marathon 2023, the 51st edition.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Maybe I add some additional time and we get this done. Well, maybe we're getting this
Yeah,
done.
come down.
Yeah.
We'll go bungee jump sometime. That gives me enough time to lose weight to feel comfortable tying a rope to me to jump. So thank you. Gives me a year. The race begins.
The race is on. Now, speaking of that, Matt, for you, where did you jump out of a plane?
Maytown Jump School.
Which was when and where? I got to help me out here because I don't know exactly.
It was, I'm going to say 2018 or 2019.
Oh, so recent memory. That you mentioned this on the show too. That's 3 years ago.
Yeah, something like that. And yeah, it was quite the experience. And I had some ear pressure issues, so I won't do it again because of that. Not because I don't want to. That's why I want to do the indoor skydiving where they have that jet engine below you and it's just cool air, and you know that wouldn't be a problem because you don't change elevation.
That'd be cool.
It would be really cool. Yeah. My buddy was on a cruise ship. They had one of those on his cruise ship. You can believe it or not.
So Matt, a similar sort of proposition for you. I would like to do iFly with you.
Oh, the iFly. You want to do the iFly? That's great.
Yes.
I'm down for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Because at least on iFly, because the first time you skydive, that you have to be strapped to an instructor. Mm-hmm. So it's a tandem. They call it a tandem.
Yeah, tandem jump.
And that way I have no responsibility. I just have to I don't know what I have to. I have to do anything because the instructor does it all.
You have to surrender, pretty much.
Yeah. You do have to kick your feet up though. Like, you know, you can't you have to put your arms out and you have to put your feet basically belly down. And when you're in that position, you just naturally orient yourself looking down. That's just how physics works. But anyway.
So hold me accountable on this episode, this November 11th edition, 2022 edition of VF Talks. Mm-hmm. We're going to do the bungee jumping. We're going to do the iFly. And my ask to the audience is, if there is something you would like me to do with you that is death-defying sounds a little critical. You know what I mean. Let me know. Send me an email because I would love to do that.
Now, my son prepaid to go on the Maytown Jump School a second time. He went with me the first time, so this will be his second jump, but he could never pull it off. So he wants to go again. Maybe I can come as a on-the-ground supporter, try and get my son to come with you. It's going to be you, my son, and me as a spectator at Maytown Jump School, jumping out of a real airplane, if you're interested. And if my son will do it, and if the schedules, I mean, it's a lot of big ifs.
Logistics,
but
lots of logistics.
A lot of just thrown out there because he wants to do it again.
Matt, you're on.
Okay, I know it's called Maytown Jump School, but they literally jump in the month of May, so that's probably the requirement.
Now I know I'm behind on comments, but I'm salivating here because I'm actually trying to get these things checkmarked because I feel this is the time to do it. So we're doing it on this episode tonight. Jamie says the California State Fair in Sacramento town used to go in the summer in high school. That's.
Oh, Jamie, you know it. It's still there.
Rich has done the slingshot before. So there you go. Rich has had experience with that. Marilyn says that they have an iFly in Seattle, so maybe it's something I do twice. Maybe I do iFly when I'm over in the Pacific Northwest after, bungee jumping. Mark asks the following: what's the similarity between having sex and bungee jumping? Or if the rubber breaks, you don't. See, out here I'm thinking, oh god. Where's your rim shot, Matt? I need the rim shot.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
there.
not on the right panel. Hold on. Bank one. Here we go.
Thank you. There you go.
Yeah, I had my Queen all queued up. And you will not get copyright struck because that is only one track out of the multi-track mix, so it's not recorded.
Mark is not looking at bunker jumping jokes on Google, he promises. Jamie says, do they still have the same rides, I wonder? She rode the Evolution. That was one of her favorites.
Oh, the Evolution. Which one is that? I'm trying to think. Is that the one? I'm gonna look it up now. Sorry, sorry guys. I'm gonna look up Carnival Rides Evolution. Type. Oh yeah, that one. They still got it. I've driven by. I've seen that thing. It's the big like wheel at the base with people, and then it just kind of spins you around. Yeah. They got it.
Quick administrative question for Matt. Is Candy Lane open tomorrow?
It is.
Good to know.
You want to go?
Yeah, the morning tomorrow looks crazy, and I promised someone coffee around 1 o'clock. What time are they open until? 8, 9?
I'll tell you in a second.
Okay. And then I got a little bit of a surprise thing to do on Sunday. I won't mention names and what because that person might be watching the show.
2 to 9.
2 to 9. Okay. So I should be done with coffee about 3:30. I'll head out. I should be over to you by 5:30, 6 o'clock. If we go together, that'd be great.
Yeah, let's do it.
Michelle's a fan of the Gravitron. So am I. Love that ride.
I should also mention that I have something going on Sunday that's pretty secret. Don't want to mention it because the person might be here as well. I can't say anything else.
Very cryptic.
I wonder if your secret's my secret.
Maybe.
Probably.
Or maybe I'm just making it all up.
Yeah, maybe you're full of shit.
Does it involve $200 worth of pudding?
$240 worth of pudding. $240 worth of pudding. Mark says, Paul, there's no way I'm jumping to impress any woman. My girlfriend would want me to do a bungee and never land.
Ooh, ouch.
Oof.
Sounds like a healthy relationship.
There you go.
Sounds.
Jamie says the only ride she would not do is called the Zipper.
Oh, the Zipper's uncomfortable. It's like being locked in a basement, but then that basement gets twirled around. What a nightmare.
Is that one of those centrifugal force ones you put in a cylinder and you spins around?
No, it's not that one. It's one where they like put you in a cage. It's like a tiny little cage that like imagine you getting shoved in a locker in high school or something. Then they close it and you're paying money for this. You're paying money to be shoved in a locker, and then they just kind of like throw you around and around. So
wow.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people have like a lot of PTSD in that thing from high school.
So you feel like a lottery ball then, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Raffle ball.
And there's no $2 billion outcome.
No, just a lot of sickness and nausea. Maybe whiplash. See your doctor if it's right for you. Michelle says, can't tell you secret details, but I just might be watching movies wrapped in a blanket, and she throws her hands up in the air and waves them like she doesn't care. Sounds good, Michelle. I might do that tonight myself.
Well.
Yeah. If your discretion is advised. Jamie says, I have trauma from the Zipper. I was out in it when I was too small, and I rattled around the whole cage and wouldn't let me out.
Oh, that's
lawsuit.
That's horrible. That's rough.
That's when you wish they had internal cameras published to the web.
And they're so hot because they're all metal. So it's like every carnival's like in the middle of summer. So that thing is like a death trap and a hot box. all in one. It's a hotbox death trap.
Who greenlit
thanks.
those
That sounds like,
designs? That's what I want to know.
it's not going to make a very inappropriate comment. We'll move on.
The hotbox death trap. I haven't been one of those for 10 years.
But there you go.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since that happened, if you know. Okay. Yeah, I do like carnival rides. I'm a big fan. I mean, I think the last 2 years and change have been a renaissance for me. You know, once we got through the curve of the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. Wow, I used that term again. Wow. The pandemic, I could say it. Yeah, once we got around the turn of that, I think when carnivals started to be open and I could find myself to be on those sort of rides, I love it. And I love going to Hershey Park and I love going to amusement parks, and I'm glad I'm doing that again.
A lot of fun.
Jamie says, yeah, my sister was like, let's go on this ride. And I was like 8 or something, so I didn't know. And I was not tall enough to ride that ride. Haha.
Yeah, don't cheat the height scale at amusement parks. They're there for a reason.
And then, Jamie, you win with the comment. I'm going to put it up there. Jamie says, Hotbox Death Trap is what they called me in high school.
I like it. Jamie, that's fantastic.
Jamie,
Fun.
you win.
I don't know. That might be the best comment. I don't know.
She wins. Jamie, you
come
win.
on, VF Talks audience. You have to top that one.
Yeah. Go try to beat her no, just try to beat that comment. Oh, now here we go. All right, hang on, mystery guest.
Oh boy.
Mystery guest, sign in, please.
Hey,
Rich
hello,
vibes,
hello.
ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Rich Vibes. Hello, Rich.
How are we doing?
Fabulous. Hope you're well.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much.
Great. What time is it in England today?
Ooh, let's have a look. 12:30, so not too bad.
I thought you were looking out a window, and I was like, that's impressive.
Big Ben's
No,
right
Look out
there.
a window, no.
There's a clock behind me.
That makes more sense.
The Thames is right out his window.
It's got a lovely view of the River Thames. Right out of this one.
Nowhere near.
Maybe,
How are we all doing anyway? We okay?
Maybe near a convenience store, I think. Where are you near? What's landmark?
Yeah, actually, yes.
There you
I'm good. I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Got any shows this weekend, Rich? Any DJ shows?
I am doing a long stint tomorrow. I'm doing a private party before the main night, and I'm doing both bits. So I'm DJing tomorrow night from 6 p.m. right through till 3 a.m.
My goodness.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm kind of looking forward to it, but kind of just wanting
9
it to be
hours?
all over as well. Yeah, 9-hour stint.
How do you do that? Do you just like, put a song on, run to the bathroom?
Freebird? Is it a lot of Freebird?
There's a lot of repeats.
Baby Shark?
What about food? Like you're gonna have to eat. You can't go 9 hours without eating.
Get used to it.
My goodness.
Yeah. So I've got the private party until about, I think it's probably until about 9:30. I'll get like a 20-minute break and then start off again until 3. So, but it's quite. I mean, a lot of people don't get it, but it's not obviously physically intensive, but it's quite mentally draining trying to read a room all the time and then trying to pick songs to tail off the previous song.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can imagine. Yeah.
I have a profound respect for you, Rich, because Yeah, even for doing 45 to 55-minute sets on Fridays for a boot camp class, I continuously try to figure out exactly what the right playlist is. And there are times where I shuffle that thing 4 or 5 times in a given week. That like I can't imagine that sort of game that goes on upstairs about how one song relates to the next, that relates to the next, and
Yeah,
flows into it. That can
and
transition real easy.
it's not just that. It's as well. It's trying to build the music up all the time, and then drop it back enough so that people don't leave the dance floor, and then build up again. So you've got like this constant fight, basically.
Do you ever watch individual people and think, is this person going to hook up with somebody tonight? And do you kind of like watch them kind of drift throughout the place and be like, oh, hey, look at him. He met somebody. Like, or are you kind of like looking at everybody at a whole? Are you looking at the forest, or are you looking at the trees?
But
And the trees are trying to hook up with each other. The trees, an elm tree is trying to find a birch, and you're like, I'm going to watch that elm and see if it finds that little birch.
That's pretty hot. Pretty hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit of both. Yeah, you're obviously trying to watch the crowd as a whole, just trying to gauge what, obviously, doing the work thing, but at the same time you're like watching individuals, and it's always the drunk people as well. It's always the drunk people that are the most fun.
And at the same time, you're trying to make eye contact and hook up with somebody. I get it. I understand. You're you're trying to you're out there trying to
get
meet
in
somebody.
We got it. That's how.
Rich
that's how it
probably
works.
fights them off. So many.
Yeah, well.
How do you fight them off, Rich? What, you use your baseball bat? What do you do? What do you do to fight them off?
Just a lock on the booth door.
There you go.
Hey,
A lock on the booth door.
Actually, Rich, can I ask you a personal question, Rich?
You can ask me anything you like, Paul.
Go ahead and tell me to. I don't know how you Brits tell somebody to F off, but how do you meet people like when you're out there? Like DJs can be sexy, you know what I mean? Like, you know. So do you get approached?
Usually, but usually it's not the type of person that you want to be taking home.
Got it.
So yeah, it's kind of one of those, and so it can kind of make DJing actually quite a socially, distance. I don't know how to describe it. You have to detach yourself from that a little.
You're
bit
like
because
you're social with everybody, but you're not social at the same time because you're like, I can't cross
I've
this line, but I've
got to do my job. Yeah.
Yeah, and your job is all about like connecting with people, but at the same time, you can't connect with people. I get it. That's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be hard. Interesting.
What is one of the sort of extreme examples?
So F off, Paul. Yeah.
there you go. There you go.
Do the Brits say pound sand?
Yeah, pound sand. Rich, what is one of the extreme examples of one of those people that you don't want to get around and they keep on pushing their card with you? And just to in honor of that, let me play a little music in the background. So that music's playing in the background, obviously a lot better. What's going on there? Walk me through this.
The worst person that you want is to come up and ask for something that is completely off genre of what you are playing at that particular moment in time. So, like the chicken song or whatever. Do you know what I mean when you're playing hard house? Exactly.
Yeah.
It kind of Yeah, and you get them all the time. You get people asking for the wrong type of music all the time.
Do you tell someone, okay, I'll play it, or do you just like how do you handle the suggestions?
I take note of the suggestion, and I also I say, yeah, look, if I can fit it in later, I'll put it in my mix. Not usually if it's a decent track, I will play it. I'm all about the audience. So if there's something that they do want to hear that's genuinely good, of course.
Right.
But at the same time, if it's not particularly brilliant, then
I was just more curious about what you say in response to that to them. Like, I'll try, or yes, or no.
Yeah,
or...
just give me time. And
Or do you say
I'll
F
work
off,
it.
Paul?
F off.
No. I try to be as nice and as accommodating as possible. But
What if do grandmothers approach you like at their grandson's bar mitzvah and be like, "Oh, hello, you really got it going on there, Sonny. Maybe you and I later."
I tend not to do private functions that way.
I love doing private functions. If you know what I mean.
Saying,
Wink,
yes.
wink. Let's do it.
No.
Right.
No. I mean, obviously, I'm more in a nightclub environment, so it's kind of
So old
Yeah.
ladies, old Jewish ladies are not at the nightclub then looking for fun.
no.
Going back to the question I had up for a second before, Jamie says to Paul, "Do you get approached in improv?" Haha, that would be kind of funny because if you get rejected, you could turn it into your improv turn it into an improv.
I don't really get approached in improv too much. No, I don't. I mean, I guess
Only
like when
by
I
the
used to do
Jewish
shows
lady.
and stuff. Yeah, the old oh my gosh, I'm catnip.
Yeah.
They can't get enough. They always yeah, no,
Wait,
not really. So
Jamie also says DJ Rich Vibes got the moves with the ladies.
Not so sure about that, but there you go.
Yeah, because he's got his theme song in the background. There you go. Yeah, I'll never get.
Hey guys, I have about 5 minutes before I have to jump. Just
Matt's
giving you a
giving us
heads
the
up.
5-minute window.
Nope.
Got big plans.
Jump!
No.
I did a lot of jumping.
Jamie says, "I guess I don't know how it works in improv, so haha."
yeah, I do a lot of shows where there's just like I'm doing a really good scene and like a really interesting storyline, and all of a sudden just panties being thrown on the stage, and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to live in a world. There's no panties in this world, so that can be very challenging, Jamie. That's always
No
difficult.
panties. Remember.
I'm
Yeah.
not Tom Jones.
Yeah, or I'm like doing like an old maybe I'm like a pirate on a pirate ship, and all of a sudden
Yarr.
there's just like key cards from like hotels being thrown on the stage, and that's very disorienting because I'm like, what do I do? Pretend this is rain on a pirate ship? I guess it's very
Look,
challenging.
they're pieces of 8. See what I did there?
Yarr, these are doubloons.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You see, got that? That's good.
Pieces of A, eh? Nice
Eh?
piece of A.
Yeah, piece of tea as well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and all that. Yeah.
Yarr.
Yar, yar.
Two glass eye.
Jamie asks a really good question. She says, "I wonder where tossing panties originated."
I think those are at rock concerts. Isn't that like the thing that originated there? Throwing bras and panties up on stage? That's my guess.
What's the idea? No, I think I think you're probably right. Although it would be funny if like it originated at TED Talks.
Oh, come on.
That would be pretty fantastic if like somebody was giving a TED Talk and that was the first. But what is that? What does that do for somebody? Like the idea of like throwing a panty, like is that supposed to make the person think like, oh, somebody out there doesn't have panties on and that's sexy? Like what does that do? Like, you know what I mean? Because unless you're making hard eye contact with the person throwing it, you don't know who it came from.
Right.
So you're just like you're living in this like panty wonderland where you don't know where it came from.
Jamie says it probably originated at church.
Jeez.
Yeah, no. Jesus often got panties thrown at him.
Jesus is at the
That's
wheel, and he's got panties to go with.
uh-huh.
All I'm thinking is the next Apple event's going to be quite interesting to watch.
Mm.
Blessed are the pantyless.
They wanna, do you? They wanna, do you? Oh man. I normally I don't do this, but I feel like I should. We always, I love when you co-host. You're a great co-host. But let's talk about your show real quick. In that there's All Things YouTube, and I actually wanted to do a plug for All Things YouTube tonight. So,
Excellent.
you want to put a quick plug out there?
Sure. All Things YouTube on the YouTubes. I tell you what's new and different on the YouTubes and give you success strategies on how to grow an audience and meet your business goals. Good stuff.
Yeah. Mondays at 7:00 Eastern, 4:00 Pacific.
Thank you for the plug.
Anytime. See, I never do that, and I figured, hey,
How about
why not?
that?
There you go.
So maybe I should return some of the salary you give me. Yeah, put it back at you for
big giant
the
check
plug.
of zero. That's awesome.
Yeah. I have to work out the accounting on that.
That's right. You talk to your friends over at, Deloitte, and maybe they can help you out. Michelle's saying Jamie's on fire today. I absolutely agree. And
So funny. Jamie's so funny.
And Jamie says, "Hi, hey Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Hope you're doing well."
Oh, I want to share something with you guys. So I was watching Sammy Superstar. Often comes up in my feed. And
Is he
I
stalking
took a
you?
screenshot. What?
Is he stalking you or?
No, he comes up in my so I took a screenshot of his short yesterday, and I love this because I don't
not
know
you.
what software he's using to do transcription, but he said the word shorts, and I saw that it said shorts,
Oh
and I was like, and I don't think I didn't notice it because he published it, but it just cracked me up because I think he might just be using the Adobe Premiere talk to text feature.
Right.
So I was like, that's funny. That just made me laugh. Just wanted to share that.
Maybe he's got all the old Jewish ladies after him.
He's an adult now, so
Happy birthday, Sammy. 18
Yeah.
years young.
Oh, is his birthday today?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good to know.
He was earlier in the week talking about doing some long stream today, but I don't think it materialised. But alas, but
The one thing I have to say about Sammy, which is, it just talks about the kind of guy he is. It's his birthday today, and he's still throwing super chats at live streaming pros and whatnot. Sammy, it's your birthday. We're supposed to be giving you stuff. Why are you giving stuff away? How does that work?
good question.
That's funny.
Good question. All right, folks.
Easy.
I think I'm gonna shut her down here on this end. So, thank you.
Matt, I love you, bro, and I'll see you tomorrow for sure, man.
Sounds good. Rich, Paul,
Good seeing you, man.
DF audience, take care.
Thank you, Matt. Take
take
care.
care.
That is Matt Haas, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to 3 panel. And let me
Whoop.
yeah.
Ooh,
Oh boy.
there we go.
Oh boy. There we go. I'm not registered. There we go. Cool. All right. See, only took about 5 minutes to do that. Awesome. I'm getting better at this. I'm getting better. One of these days, it'll be like he's been doing this for years.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So
did we talk exactly? When's so? I wanted to ask you this: are you still doing the whole thing with Tina? When's the next episode of that? Is there another episode? Did I miss it?
Yes. So we're in a hold pattern right now. So I do that show with Tina where we just play video games, and they're kind of like story-driven games. So choices make a big impact. We're on hold right now because she is doing a video that is going to be, I believe it's 105 different outcomes possible, or 105 different videos that she has to stitch together to create a YouTube video. So she's pretty overwhelmed right now doing that. So I think maybe like in a couple weeks or a month, that's when we'll jump into a new game. I'm not sure which one though, but yeah, that'll be fun. It's always fun to stream and play games with her.
Her analysis of the last series of Life is Strange is extraordinary. The amount of time and effort she put into that.
She's really thoughtful. Yeah, if anybody watching likes those sorts of games like Life is Strange or narrative driven where there's multiple potential outcomes, like she loves discovering every little nuance, every different direction a story can go. And it's cool to listen to her talk so passionately about it and explore it so fully. So it's neat.
I was gonna say, as a result of those, I've been playing them and playing them back. I just finished playing the what's the colors one?
True Colors.
Oh yeah, the third one. Yep.
True Colors. Yeah, really good.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
You should tell her that. I think that'd probably mean a lot to her because I think she really gets excited that what she does is making an impact.
And the last couple of days, I've gone old school, and I've been playing the old Return to Monkey Island and all that as well. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah.
I have been.
Jamie says,
oh no, go for it.
Jamie says, "I missed who were you talking about?" So Tina.
Oh, Tina.
Let me see if I can get her page up real quick.
So, yeah, it's a good channel. I've been playing this game. If anybody's out there like looking for a really addictive game, maybe it's a dangerous one to throw out. This might be a dangerous one to throw out because it's very addictive, but it's called Vampire Survivor, and it is so simple, and the loop is so addictive that you just keep playing, and like every game might last. Every game might last. No, that's fine. Might last like a minute, 3 minutes. Yeah, Playing with Heart. There you go.
Playing with Heart.
Tina.
Yeah, with Tina. So she does. You want to give her a quick plug, real quick, and then I could throw some additional in there.
Hi, everybody. Paul Burke here. Tina's an amazing person, and Playing with Heart is her amazing outlet for her creativity. If you enjoy narrative-driven games and a good dose of fun, you should really give it a shot. Playing with Heart, today, tomorrow, and forever. Listen, get on it. Subscribe. You're not already? What's wrong with you? Don't be wrong. Don't be weird. Subscribe. It's a great time.
You can reach her at youtube.com/playingwithheart.
Mm-hmm. I realize I have a good 50 words inside of me anytime I start talking. After that, it degenerates quickly into nonsense.
For a live read, we only need about 50 words. That was fantastic. That was money. That was
there
money,
you go.
Paul. That was
there you
money.
go.
As Matt would say, that was chef's
and
kiss.
there's always three choices to the words that you want to put down as well, isn't there? And you make a choice out of them.
I make a choice. I'm good for 50 seconds, and after that, it's a terrible experience. Take that how you will.
Jamie says, "I'll check her out." You should, Jamie. You will enjoy it. You'll probably get addicted to these games. They're great games. And then Michelle says, "Paul, you are a superstar."
Oh, Michelle, stop. You're the superstar. And Jamie, absolutely. Go check out Tina. I think you'll like what you see.
The fun thing about Tina is she has two commonalities with me. She is very much into the science of internal family systems, which I still say I want to get her back on the show to talk about that. But the second thing is she also has what I have in that of MS. So like those are the two commonalities we have, and I find her to be an incredible resource with everything she does. She's fantastic.
And Jamie, I agree. Yes, you need to get your Xbox back up and running as well.
Oh, I gotta get back.
What happened to it, Jamie? Water? Earthquake? What happened to your Xbox? A fight? Did you fight with your Xbox? Did you punch it?
Jamie, put in the comments the game that we were playing as well on the Xbox. That was a very similar game as well. And I
Rich, you and Jamie were playing a game?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's a well, multiplayer one version of like Life is Strange. It's that type of game,
Oh,
but
cool.
I forget what it's called. Oh, As Dusk Falls, I think it's called.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Jamie says, I miss our games. Yeah, Paul, a water earthquake fight.
Oh, God. That was my biggest fear. It is so hard to fix an Xbox after a water earthquake fight.
Mm.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Well,
stuff.
good luck.
Yeah.
Jamie, pour sand on it. That's great for Xbox and water.
Good luck. Godspeed.
Yeah.
Sure. We our thoughts and prayers are with you with your Xbox.
Bag of rice
Yes.
in the airing cupboard.
Yeah. You do some steamed chicken with that rice. You have a nice little dinner as well. It's good stuff. Yeah, maybe a little bit of teriyaki sauce.
As Dusk Falls, that is good. So I played the first chapter, which I know after that it like jumps ahead, I think, in time pretty significantly. So I haven't played after that, but it was good. It was interesting. It was unusual in its presentation because it's like images that are kind of loosely strung together to create a video, but it's almost like a picture book. So it was interesting to get used to that. But yeah, it was good.
Jamie says, I need Xbox Game Pass. I was broken. I might be able to get it back soon.
Oh, cool. Not the broke part.
No.
Part where you become unbroke.
Unbroke.
That part's cool.
And with a Game Pass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get to conclude our games.
There's some unfinished business apparently from what
There is,
I've been
yeah.
hearing,
Yeah, As Dust Falls. Not finished yet.
Yeah, Rich wants to go back and win this thing and bring it back from Mother England for sure. JB says, I need to replay more for other achievements and outcomes. I agree. The way the images was very odd, but still cool.
Yeah, because I'm not going to do it service. I mean, people should try it. And I mean, Rich, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but it would play sound effects like it was a movie, but then it wouldn't complement those sound effects with a video. It would complement it with like a visual that would like
just a
fade.
visual still. Yeah.
Yeah, visual still, and it would kind of like fade into the next visual. So it was like radio had a baby with pictures, and it's like it's not quite there to be a whole video. It was just you get used to it. It's funny how, listen, when you get faced with new things, guys, you get used to them. New is only temporary, and that's what As Dusk Falls shows, that by the time night hits, we're all fine with the change.
Would you say it's like a bird that is obviously coked up that flies into a window?
Yes. As Dusk Falls is the coked up bird of video games. It's exactly what I was saying.
I am I'm still thinking about that effing bird. I'm gonna if you could send me a picture of it, and I just need that bird. I now need that bird as my wallpaper. That talks about what this day has been. It is the perfect visage of what this day has been.
I will go back and take a better picture because I think I don't mean this as a joke, but as dusk falls, it will be dark outside.
Tie it all back together. It's great.
And it will look much better with a black background. So, yeah.
She says accurate. Bringing the graphic back up. Accurate representation, Paul. You do get used to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an interesting choice. I'm curious how that game sold, because it does take time to get used to it, and I don't know if people would want to take the time. I'm actually very curious how that did for the company.
I think as well, Jamie will agree with me, is the soundtrack or the music at the start of the game is quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just took four pieces of vocal and then they just rearranged them every so often.
It was the first game made for 50 cents. It was really impressive.
It was made for the Commodore 64. It was fantastic.
So, since we're talking about things we like, and I hope this isn't boring, and I won't talk too long about it, but I just saw the Banshees of Inisherin. It's by Martin McDonough, who did 3 billboards outside
Missouri.
Elbing, Missouri. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did In Bruges. And honestly, I cannot stop thinking about the Banshees. Like, I saw it yesterday. I keep driving and I'm like, oh, and this might be talking about this. It's such an interesting movie. And it is funny. And they are billing it as a comedy. And if you watch the trailers, they're like, it's the funniest movie. It's funny in the way Irish people can be funny. Like, it can be funny, but it's also dark. So just no going in. So, but it is so good.
But in Bruges was kind of like that as well, wasn't it? Kind of dark comedy.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch it. I didn't care for that movie, but I liked Billboards, and I really love Banshees, and I probably should go back and watch Bruges. So, anyways, if you're looking for a movie, great movie. If Wakanda Forever is sold out, walk into Banshees.
Okay.
Paul, I gotta say, you're completely wrong. We actually enjoyed that. So you have a lot of things that you like that we do enjoy, and it is good stuff.
Oh, good.
So thank you.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, thank you.
Oh, indubitably. Yeah. I guess this would also be a time for me to plug your show, Rich, because I took time to plug all things YouTube. So let's
bless you.
let's get you a quick plug here. Hold on.
Sundays, baby.
Get that up on graphics. There you go.
Yeah. There may be a slight possibility there may be no show this Sunday, but I'm just gonna see how I am after the Saturday night first.
Okay.
But if not, it'll be the following Sunday. But I'll keep you posted anyway.
Yeah. So when there is a show, it is Sunday night. Sunday Night Live with Rich Vibes on Mixcloud. Sunday afternoons at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Rich is incredible, and I guarantee you will enjoy his show. He's very entertaining. He always has a good mix of music, for sure.
Bless you, JV. Thank you for that.
Bless you. There you go. I think we're good with plugs. I think there is one more plug I have to do, but I'll wait until I get to before I talk about next week's show.
Did you guys know, speaking of like plug, this isn't a plug, this is just something I've been out of the live streaming. I have not live streamed for a while. Did you know that live is now a channel, like underneath people's individual channels? It's like home, videos, shorts, live. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's very interesting. Yeah, they're really separating everything out.
Yeah, it's taking all the live streams that you do, and it's putting all the replays there, which is a little confusing at first, but it's actually really great to see it in one place like that in live, and you get all of them there.
Yeah, that's very cool. I mean, I was going to say clever. It's not exactly the hardest thing to do with all their thousands of engineers, but I'm glad they did it. I was going to say clever move, guys. It's pretty basic, but I'm glad they finally did it.
Yeah, the amount of changes that have come to YouTube in the last 60 days is mind-blowing. The Q&A piece, they introduced that this week, and got to see that in action today. Like, I'm not doing a Q&A right now, but like that was really cool.
I'm sorry, what is Q&A?
So you can start a Q&A session where you could have people ask questions in the YouTube client, and then you could bring on those questions moderated within YouTube to do that. Sort of like what we do on Ecamm. I mean, we do this real easy in Ecamm, but It's a YouTube sort of thing that you can set up a Q&A within YouTube, and it comes up there. Actually,
Interesting.
Luria showed that off today on Live Streaming Pros.
Oh, that's cool.
Live Streaming Pros every Friday,
Yeah,
1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific.
I managed to catch about the last 15 seconds of it, so unfortunately.
See, there's a lot. I keep on plugging things. There you go.
You can't stop. You're hooked.
This show is going to be nothing but plugs. It'll be great.
Let's leave that right there.
That's right. Yeah, I see what you did there. It's good. You know what? I have one outstanding. Let me get to that. Oh boy. I promised the person that runs this organization that I would talk to it at some detail for the next month or so. I'll get this on. Here we go. The OC Locker Room, right? So the OC Locker Room is a charity out of Oregon City, outside of Portland. It is a nonprofit that distributes sports equipment and uniforms to the community without cost. So basically, given how you have situations where you have a kid that may want to play hockey, but you don't have the amount of money to get hockey equipment, you can go to the OC Locker Room and get exactly that. She basically runs a store that you can go in there and get whatever you want for your kid, for the community, so they can play sports. And what's not anything better than the gift of sports, getting our kids active. So the OC Locker Room is an amazing organization. Kimberly is an amazing person, and I definitely recommend going to see her on Instagram at the OC Locker Room for sure. Just an incredible organization, and definitely worth your follow for sure. There we go.
That's good.
And Jamie says, "Can your show be nothing but hair plugs?" Nothing but hair plugs. I'm not a client nor the president of that.
All right, gentlemen, I should probably take off, but this has been fun.
Paul, it's really great seeing you. I'm glad you joined us tonight.
Always good
Likewise,
to see you.
guys.
And
this is a lot of fun.
Thank you for your controversial opinion about vacation.
Oh, did I miss that?
Well, there's reply.
Long story short, Rich, not a fan of National Lampoon's regular vacation.
Oh, right. No. I did see that. Sorry.
You heard that.
Yeah. Sorry, when you were talking about vacation, I was like, oh, somewhere else.
Oh, got you.
Yes.
All right. Love you guys.
Paul, love you, man, and hope to see you soon. And definitely let's make plans as far as the whole bungee jumping thing.
Oh, let's do it.
You thought I forgot? I didn't forget. There you go.
Okay.
Love you, man.
See you guys.
Bye.
Take care, Paul.
Okay, let's go to Chew.
All
I'm
right.
going to switch this over to you.
Now, speaking of plans,
Mm-hmm.
because you were on, was it last week or the week before? You were on about everybody in January meeting up.
Yes,
How's that going?
How's that coming along? How are those plans that seem to die on its side?
Yeah.
Nothing has been talked to yet.
Okay.
However, that said, it's only November, and I'm definitely interested in doing that. So let's work on that. The only sort of obligation I have in January is the kickoff for my company. That would be a midweek sort of thing, but this would probably be a weekend sort of thing. So let's come up with some dates and figure it. We'll go into Calendly or something and come up with something. That would be incredible.
If I could make January, I would, but I don't, unfortunately.
Well, then we'll look at March, maybe April, maybe May,
as soon as I can.
maybe 2024.
No. It's going to be before then, definitely.
Jamie says, where and when are we meeting in January? Haha. Well, Jamie, standing invite's always open for you too, Jamie. I was great. It was great seeing you. What, 3 months ago? Would love to see you again. And certainly, if I head up the Eastern Seaboard, I will definitely stop by and say hi.
She's free until the 23rd. I can't believe it.
All right. Well, there you go. There is a window. There is a window. Let's see. The other big thing, I think, is two big things I want to mention. One,
Okay.
I'm starting to run the New York races in January. I was trying to do the 9+1 to qualify for the 2024 New York City Marathon. I'm doing that with a dear friend of the show, Laura Rivera. She wants to qualify for the 2024 marathon as well. So our mission, starting in January, we got a 10K in Central Park, January 7th of all days, to get our 9+1 so we qualify for the 2024 New York City Marathon. And that'll be an ongoing thing we'll talk about on this show throughout 2023, both on here and the Venture Forward. So there's that. And then speaking of the Venture Forward, you know that the show kept on moving and moving and moving. Things were crazy this week, and I had to move things. Tuesday is the next scheduled show, but not only are we going to talk about mental health for there's a third episode in this, but I'm going to talk about what's coming up on Wednesday in the sense that I'm going back in for O-Service. I'm going for my 5th round of O-Service. So I'll talk more about that when we put a giant bow on this. We got Robin's Buys and DIYs joining us on YouTube. He says, hi, JV. And hi, Chris. And hi, Rich. See, I try to hold the S as long. Right. The other question, and I wanted to ask you this because I see a lot of it popping up now on November 11th, but how much of the things around you have been holiday centric, and has your playlist become holiday centric?
Not just yet. No, I try and hold off until like the beginning of December before I start to really add stuff in, because it becomes monotonous playing the same tracks over and over and over again, for 2 months. So no, I try and keep it to 25 days, as it were.
I'd like to try to keep it to 12, to be honest. I don't mean to sound bah humbug on it, but it's like, it's a lot of stuff going on. Jamie says, sorry, I've been missing all your lives, JV. I'm either at work or at bed at 9:30. Well, Jamie, that's okay. I haven't been doing a lot of lives, and quite frankly, there's only one live scheduled for next week, and that live may be pre-recorded, given how crazy things have been. But nevertheless, we'll talk about that when we put a bow on it within the next 5-10 minutes. So we'll talk more about that. Good luck with the gig tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be interesting, but I don't know what I'll be like. I'll see how alert and awake I am on Sunday, whether a show comes into fruition on Sunday evening. But we'll see.
For my curiosity, I'm curious to see what the resultant playlist in this marathon of things look like.
Okay, so where I'm playing is basically a nightclub dedicated to 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s music.
Yeah.
So it's called Decades, basically, the place. So it's quite good because I like to do a lot of like 80s and 90s stuff in there. Those are the two decades that most get people going. So it's it'll be fun.
We are all children of the 80s and 90s, even if we're not children of the 80s and 90s, and it's amazing how we gravitate to that music real quickly.
Oh yeah, definitely. So.
Oh man, I'll tell you, it's been a crazy week, Rich. It's been absolutely crazy, and then today it's been really weird.
I kind of had the same sort of week here as well, to be honest. been a weird week, but it's there's a lot of stuff coming up. I've got my next week, I think it is. Yeah, next weekend, I think is a year since my dad passed away. So I'm kind of like, yeah, there's been a lot of missing him and that going on, but it's been one of those weeks, unfortunately. But yeah,
I totally feel that. I know that in the middle of the year, that's when it usually hits me. Because that's right around the time my dad passed. My dad passed away in July of 2003, and that always hits me like bricks. But then so did my uncle, who was like a dad to me. He passed away in like April, May, in the back in 11. So like always when we get to the April, May, June, July period,
yeah,
I'm dealing with something. But
yeah,
I understand, and I totally feel you on what you're feeling. And needless to say, and I'm sure there are a lot of people that are part of this family that agree with me on this one. But if you ever want to reach out, do so. We're here for you.
Thank you, JV. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's obviously it's just. I mean, this is obviously like the first anniversary that I've come up to the,
Yeah.
So it's kind of just a bit of a weird time, but yeah. And it's not just it's obviously not just me. It's my sister and my mum as well. That we're all feeling it at the moment. So, but thank you anyway. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, I'll keep you in my thoughts over the next few days for sure.
Bless you. Thank you. Yeah.
I think on that, I'm gonna put a giant bow on this and talk about next week. And
Yeah.
also, I say how much I'm scared about, the big idea, the talk that I'm doing, but I'm kind of nervous about Wednesday too, and I'll explain why in a second. Jamie says,
Okay.
here for you, Rich.
Thank you, Jamie. I know you are.
A lot of people here care about you and love you dearly. So
Yeah. God bless you.
Hey, Rich, have a great night. And if you do a show on Sunday, great. But if not, it's because you ran a marathon of sorts Saturday evening. 6 hours of music and music and music. And I wish you luck with that. And if you ever need to talk, just, you know where to find me.
Bless you. Thank you, JV.
Have a great night. Love you, bro. I'll talk to you soon.
You too. Take care.
Rich vibes, ladies and gentlemen. Go back to Maine as I realized that my cameras were over there. And I was trying to, where are the cameras? It's that sort of thing. And then there's this, I'm going to get it back over here. And it's like, first time live streaming. Can you believe that? It's unbelievable. Great show tonight. I want to thank Matt. I want to thank Paul. I want to thank Rich. I want to thank all of you for tonight. It was a really great show. And I want to talk about an important show that's coming on Tuesday. Because the way schedules have aligned, I'm actually combining two topics on Tuesday night. So we are going to finish the series on mental health. We're going to talk about alternative mental health modalities on Tuesday, in that of energy healing, hypnotherapy, that sort of thing. But we're also going to pair it up with my thoughts on my next infusion of Oservis, which will be on Wednesday at the University of Pennsylvania Perelman Center. Basically this is my 5th round of Oservis. And I am very thankful for the medication. I think it's allowed me to do things that I don't think was possible if I wasn't on a drug for my demyelination. But there's always a concern about going for the infusion and then how groggy I feel for the next day to 3 days afterwards. So we'll talk about that and the sort of strategy I have this time around. So 2 topics on Tuesday. Mental health as far as alternative modalities, and then also my 5th journey with Oservis. No show on Thursday. I'll be groggy. It's a warning. But there will be a VF Talks next Friday. So the episode for the alternative mental health modalities and the O service will be Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And then the next episode of EF Talks is 1 week from tonight, as we do what we do every Friday, talk about anything and everything with Matt Haas, Paul Burke, and all of you. And that's at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. Some final comments. Marilyn says, "You're in my prayers, Rich," with 3 purple hearts. I absolutely agree. You're in my prayers too, Rich, without question. Jamie says, "Great show as always." Marilyn sends 3 purple hearts. And then Rich says, "Thank you guys for your kindness," with 2 kisses right back at you, Rich. We love you. And Marilyn says, "Night, Jamie, night, JV," with 3 purple hearts. And Jamie says, "Night, everyone," with a red heart. And with all these hearts, I send you all my hearts back at you. Tell all of you that I love you. And I'm going to say what we say at the end of every Venture Forward and VF Talks. Stay safe, stay sane, stay strong, stay sober. You're worth it. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you. We'll see you Tuesday night for Venture Forward at 9 o'clock.
And into Vegas. And into Vegas in my blue striped car. She's riding shotgun and she looks like a star. Yeah, she's got the style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She says she likes it better when we go off-road. Yeah. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna make it worth your time. Gonna make it worth your while. When she's with me, we're like superstars. Windows roll down, radio on. I think we could go far. We don't need money. We can skip that part. All I want is her to be with me. She's got a ticket to my heart. The sky is blue, I got the sun in my eyes. It can't get better than when she makes that smile. Yeah, she's got that style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She's turning up the volume on the radio. Yeah. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna make it worth your time. I'm gonna make it worth your while. When she's with me, we're like superstars. Windows roll down, radio on. I think we could go far. We don't need money. We can skip that part. All I want is her to be with me. She's got a ticket to my heart.